America close to the equator. It borders the United States on the north, Guatemala and Belize are on the south, the Pacific Ocean on the west, the Gulf of Mexico on the east, and the Caribbean Sea on the southeast. Mexico is 88 times larger than Israel and has a population of 117 million people. Mexico is a large country and it is close to the equator, so it has many weather systems. Here in the map you can see all the weather systems ranging from tropical forests in the south to deserts in the north. Mexico also has a very long extension of beaches. These beaches have very pleasant weather throughout the year, except for hurricane season during September and October. Because of this, Mexico is one of the most desirable tourist destinations in the world, especially for Canadians and Americans. Tourism is one of Mexico's biggest industries, and it gives work to tens of thousands of Mexicans. Now a little bit about the history of Mexico. Back in the prehistory, according to accepted theory, nomadic tribes of Oceanic people crossed the hemisphere through Alaska and to what is now called Mexico. They were fishermen, gatherers of wild fruits, and hunters. They discovered wild corn, and that's when they got settled and started cultivating beans, tomatoes, chili peppers, and other plants. Next. Different civilizations developed in Mexico. The first in importance were the Olmecs from 1200 to about 300 before Christ. They developed a numbering system, a calendar, and astronomical observations. They contributed to the formation of several civilizations, like the Teotihuacans, which built the Great Pyramids of the Sun and the Moon. Next. In 1325, the Aztecs founded their capital, Tenochtitlan, now Mexico City. The majority of the Aztecs belonged to the working class. Each family had a piece of land, and the children, boys and girls, attended district schools. The lowest in the social ladder was assigned to the slaves. They were treated well, they could marry whoever they wanted, and their children were born free. They believed in many gods. Huitzilopochtli was the most ancient of Aztec gods, and the one who guided them to the Valley of Mexico. The Aztecs believed that some of their gods, including him, would only consume human blood, so that's the reason they did human sacrifices. And in some of those sacrifices, the slaves would be first in line. This is a drawing of an Aztec human sacrifice. Later on, in the year 1519, Hernan Cortez arrived at the port of Veracruz with 500 warriors. The ruler of the Aztec Empire was Moctezuma II. He believed that the Spaniards were gods and that their horses were monsters. He had a population of 100,000 people, but no resistance was offered to the entrance of the city. The war began when Cortez held Moctezuma as a prisoner and was later killed. So this is a mural painted by Diego Rivera, a famous Mexican muralist, and it describes the whole process of the Aztec conquest. So here's the white Spaniards arriving at the port of Veracruz, and this is Hernan Cortez, and he's hunchback, pale, and ugly looking, and he's getting paid for conquesting Mexico. Here, the Spaniards are taking advantage of the natural resources and the people. They're enslaving the Aztecs. Here they're giving them harsh punishments for disobedience, even hanging them. Here they're Christianizing an Aztec, and he's holding a cross. Here they're branding an Aztec as a slave. And like in all the murals, so the Aztecs, they're the Spaniards, so they have like weapons and they're armed and they're strong. And they took like everything away from the Aztecs, and they hurt them. So, and this baby has blue eyes and brown skin. This baby is a symbol of the mixture of Spanish and Indian race. Next. Mexican food is a mix of indigenous Mesoamerican cooking with European, especially Spanish, developed after the Spanish conquest of the Aztec Empire. The basic ingredients remain the native corn, beans, and chili peppers, but the Spanish introduced a large number of other foods, the most important of which was meat from domesticated animals, dairy products, and various herbs and spices. Mexican cuisine is highly tied to the culture, social structure, and its popular tradition, the most important of which is the use of mole for special occasions and holidays. Mole is a sauce that is mainly based on different types of chili peppers and dark chocolate. Mole is served at Christmas, Easter, Day of the Dead, at birthdays, weddings, funerals, and tends to be eaten only for special occasions, because it is a very complex and time-consuming dish. Another important festive food is a tamale. This is a filled cornmeal dumpling steamed in a corn husk or vanilla leaf. Many of the foods in Mexico are complicated because of their relation to the social structure of the country. Food preparation, especially for family and social events, is considered to be an investment in time in order to maintain social relationships. Next. Despite the introduction of wheat and rice to Mexico, the basic starch is corn. It's eaten in almost all the country, in almost every meal, in the form of a tortilla, and the dough is used to make sopes, tamales, and more. Mexican food can be spicy. They use different types of chili peppers to make some very hot sauces. People in Mexico love to have sauces in their dishes. So now I'm going to explain what a taco is. This is a taco. And then I'm going to show like a little segment on how to eat a taco. A taco is a traditional Mexican dish composed of a corn or wheat tortilla, folded or rolled around a filling. You can put in a taco a lot of fillings, including seafood, fish, chicken, pork, vegetables, and cheese. A taco is eaten without utensils and is often accompanied by garnishes such as salsa, guacamole, lettuce, onions, and tomatoes. So to learn how to eat a taco, first you have to learn how to not eat a taco. Do not eat a taco by the bottom, because if you do, all the filling will just fall out and you'll be left with a tortilla. Next. Oh, do not eat a taco with ketchup or mayonnaise, because if any Mexican finds out, they'll make fun of you. Next. Do eat a taco with salsa or guacamole. No Mexicans will make fun of you, and it's really yummy together. Next. Do not eat a taco with utensils, fork or knife, spoon, whatever, because a taco is the street food and it's eaten with your hands. Next. The correct way to eat and enjoy a taco. Next. Thank you for listening, and